Hey everyone, we're here today to revisit my Batman 66 pinball machine. In the other videos that you saw, I converted this game to look like an SLE as close as I can make it, with the side decals and the different things that the Super LE had. This game pretty much has as well. So we're gonna go over some new modifications that I did to the game. I already made videos on them, like of the installs and all that, but we never really looked at it as a whole on this game. So I'm just gonna go over some of those mods and stuff like that so people maybe get some more ideas on what they could do with their game and kind of make their game look a bit better. And on this game, it's not overly modded, but it has a lot of tasteful mods, which I really like. So we're just gonna look at a couple things that I added to the game to make it look like better than the stock. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so now we're looking at the playfield as a whole, and we're just going to go over some of the mods and then kind of go into detail a bit about the mod and then kind of go on from each mod. It's probably about 5 or 6, something like that, different things that we kind of need to go over. So the first thing right here is a spinning helicopter. The mod right here on this left wire ramp coming down. Basically there's a this is hooked to the power underneath the playfield, and it goes off by an opto underneath the mystery, I believe this is, that lights, the mystery insert light that lights that propeller. So every time that lights, the mystery light, that helicopter spins like that. The cats that are glowing here, left and right, glowing eyes in the centerpiece here. Those are actually also lit from underneath the same way as the helicopter is lit. I believe it actually goes off the same power supply as the helicopter. It taps into that underneath the playfield. So that's these two mods. I don't know if you really could see from the video here from where the camera's positioned, but again, we're going more into detail. Is left and right in the very back, in the back corners, there's a yellow plastic piece that goes under the stock plastic piece, the pinball machine. So it's like a pinball protector plastic right here in the corner here where Alfred is, and in the other corner where Commissioner Gordon is. And it's a yellow piece. That was made by my friend Ty, who goes under Sutol, S-U-T-O-L, on Pinside. He created that for me, sent them over to me, and I really appreciate that he did that. So that's that. And then also here, on the atomic pile, we'll go into detail on this. I put an LED light that's more into the centerpiece here. So it's lit from the middle and the top. So I bought the bulbs from Comet to do that. So it was like a bulb, a splitter, and there was an extension wire for it. Because if you take this atomic pile off, if you look down, there's 2 screws that lift this whole piece off. And there's a connector down at the bottom where that splitter would go into, that you would get for this atomic pile, the new LED, and that's where you would get power for this LED to light up. So that's how that's installed as well. We'll I'm not going to take it apart, but we'll just look at the screws where they are and how to, what you need to do to lift it off. That, and then also, if we look at the very top here, we'll just scroll up really quickly on the camera here, just to kind of look at the back box here and the top of the head. Ty, Sutol on Pinside, actually created new bats left and right over here. They're wider than the mod couples that I had on here, so they fit more of the theme, I guess. They look really cool. So I mean, so was the mod couples. They had cool ones too, but these are better. So Ty sent me those as well. And then if we scroll to the very top of the head, above the translite here, there's the DIY Batman topper that Stern produced. So basically, my one of the people that I know who's into the hobby created that topper. It has a center beacon light, it has the 2 lights that blink on top, and the cockpit's always lit with the LEDs like that. It looks really good for a DIY, or a DIY, I should say. It looks pretty good for how it came out. So that was the closest that I could get, but it kind of matches. Again, that's lit also again with a opto that's on the bottom of the play field that lights up, and that's kind of lit off, I believe, off the super jackpot shot that's on the playfield and the TV shot with the opto. So when those two shots are lit, then that topper lights up. So that's where it gets triggered from. So it's pretty cool. So like when you do the TV shots and you get the TV insert shot go and that starts lighting up, you know, oh yeah, I got to get, you know, the minor villain. Or if the super jackpot is lit, then you know you got to shoot for the super jackpot if that topper's going. So those are the new mods that we're going to look at. Also too, if you want to scroll here to the left of the play field, or the pinball machine I should say, I also have the stern Batman signal that gets triggered when the telephone in the game is lit. So when that telephone is blinking, that beacon goes off, and I have that mounted to the top of the topper right behind Robin. It's not very, you can't really see it actually, which it came out really well, but you can't see it, so that's pretty good. So so those are the mods, the new mods that were added to the game. So let's go a little over them in detail, and then we'll just see how everything works. And again, this is just for like better ideas for you if you want to mod out your game. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at the helicopter now, the spinning helicopter. This was made by Big Law, and he was selling this. He might still be selling it on Pinside. Again, it has the lighted, the base over there with the spinning prop, and it looks really good. He came out actually with a newer improved, basically for the motor part, or for the thing to turn on and off. Before it used to click a lot when it would switch on and off for power. So now there's no noise when it switches on and off for power. So it's really quiet. So it actually works really well. So great mod. Goes on the left-hand side of the wire form here of the ramp, and mounts on there is a bracket. Again, I have a video on the install. I'll link that in the show notes, in the blog notes, and kind of have a link to that so you could see where to buy it, how to install it, and what it looks like underneath the playfield. So again, that's the spinning helicopter by Big Law. And as you can see, I only have the mystery LED, or the insert, blinking over here with the LED light under that insert, and the helicopter spinning. So that's what triggers this helicopter to light underneath the playfield. That insert lighting with the opto that's under there to power this helicopter blade. Okay, so here we are now looking at the cats, the lighted cats with the lighted eyes and the lighted breastplate over there in the middle of its body, like a gem or something like that. So again, these were made by Big Law as well, and these are a great mod to put on the game. Easy install. Again, I have a video to do the install. I'll link that in the blog again. They go on because they're connected to, I believe, the power, like I said, to the helicopter that gets its power underneath the mystery insert. I believe that's where the opto is linked to. So when that blinks, these turn on and off when that mystery insert is lit. You could put it to whatever insert you like, but that's the one that I put it to, and they look really good. Again, they're gold. You could get them in a couple different ways, or the signage of the cat sign. There are a bunch of things you could go, well, not a bunch, but there's like 2 or 3 different variations you could get with this cat mod. So they look really good. Again, I put them on there with double stick tape to hold them on top. I didn't want to like super glue them or nothing, because if I ever have to take them off, then I don't want to get stuck and have to break anything. So that's that. So that is the cat mods by Big Law. Okay, so here we are in the right corner of the pinball machine, and this is at the very back. And as you can see, the bottom piece over here, this yellow plastic underneath the stock plastic, the plastic protector, that was created by Ty, again, my friend Ty, who is Sutal on Pinside. And basically, him and his buddy, I believe, created that. And he sent that to me for my game, because he knew I have the Batman 66. So there's one on this side. And then if you look at the left-hand side here by Alfred, let me just lift the camera up over there. If you look down in that corner, there's a protector on that one as well. So they fit in there really well. They're done really, constructed really well. And they were drilled out properly to the holes and everything. So it was a really easy fit. So I want to thank Ty for sending that out to me and kind of adding it to the game. It looks really good. So those are the two plastic protectors for the game. And here's another mod by Ty Sutal from Pinside. These plastic bats that go on the DMD grill here. So they're bigger than the ones from the Mod Couple, and it's like clear plastic with the black insert kind of on top. It's a dual layer. Screw it from the back of the panel, and it matches, the speakers, the lighted speakers that I got from the Mod Couple. And again, it looks really, really great on it. There's one on this side. If you scroll over to the right-hand side, there's one on that side as well. So there's two. Looks good. Kind of matches the Batman 66 Super LE theme that is on that game as well. So that's the two Batman plastics that I got for the game. And here's the other mod that I did for the Atomic Pile by the Mod Couple, is that I put an LED in the top of this plastic here. So basically there's a flasher down here in the middle, or at the bottom I should say, of that plastic, because it's somewhere in there. And then there's I put a flasher up here on the top. And so you take a square flasher that you get from Comet or someone like that, cut it, and then it kind of like fits in there. It snugs in there. It locks in there around the circular perimeter here of this dome. And then you buy a splitter wire, like an extension wire, and then like a splitter that allows you to plug that lamp or that extension wire into, and then lock it into, or kind of hack it into the wiring system of the pinball machine that powers this LED at the middle here. And so it lights this light as well. So that's kind of how you get the light on that. So again, for that, there's two screws back here. There's one here, and there's one on the other side. You take those screws out, this whole thing like lifts off. There's plastics under here. All these like come out. It gives you access to the wires in the bottom of the playfield here of this carousel. And that's where the wiring is to wire this flasher into. So you'll see it, and then like again, you plug the wire or the splitter into that wire, gives power to this, and that's how you get everything to work. I'll have the instructions, like how, or like what I bought, what lamps I bought, what splitter wire I bought, and all that kind of stuff to allow that to happen. So again, this is the flasher on the top dome here part of the Atomic Pile. Okay, so here we are looking at the topper. Might be a little shaky because I'm holding the camera now. But as you could see, like the cockpit is lit up with LEDs. The beacon has an actual beacon light inside, and the two kind of towers that kind of blink, frequently off and on. Those are the mechanisms that all light up on the actual topper. And again, this lights up with the Super Jackpot and the TV inserts on the playfield. So once those are lit, everything kind of lights up in the middle over there with the topper. So it looks really good. Again, it's a DIY, do it yourself. Guy I know created it. Looks pretty good. And that's that. So kind of let's take a look at the back of it as well, just to kind of see how I have the spotlight mounted for the actual stern topper that I kind of took apart and just like mounted it in the back over there, so that would work as well when the telephone goes off. Okay, so this is the back of the topper. So as you can see, I mounted the projector behind Robin. So I basically took the box off the topper that this came on. This is supposed to go like on, I think on the villain's topper or something like that. So I kind of disassembled it, put everything in that metal box that's down here, and did all the wiring down there and ran it like into the game, in the back through the hole over there in the middle of the topper. So that's where everything kind of drops down. So, and then I just screwed it down here, and there's another screw on the other side right behind this topper of Robin, and it fit actually really well. So I got everything on there. So that's how that works. And you don't see it from the front either, which is good. So that's kind of how I mounted that. So so let's look at the game one more time as a whole. Just see all the mods kind of in action, how they, you know, kind of fit the game. And again, my game has like the Super LE side art. I bought it that way. That's the head. This is the side of the cabinet. Again, there might be a little glare. My lighting's not that great right now, but that's the side. And again, I have another video of this where I kind of show how I kind of initially did everything on this game. So you could look at that for better reference as well. That's the front. And then I also did the rails and stuff like that, like the lockdown bar and all that kind of stuff as the Batman SLE as well, with the metal flake black and stuff like that. Put the red pinstriping on the wings and stuff like that. So it looks really good. I think it's the best I'm going to do, you know, to make it look as close as I can to like an SLE. No translate, but, you know, for the Super LE. But what are you going to do? So let's take a look at the game one more time. You know, all lit up and stuff like that, and just see how everything is like looking with the mods in the game. So this is the game as a whole, you know, like with everything turned on, you know, with the topper and all that kind of stuff. Then if you kind of scroll down, everything is kind of lit on the playfield. And this is a shot just of more, you know, zoomed in and looking at everything. As you can see, everything's spinning and lit up and everything like that. So again, there's some good mods in this game that I have. There's not a lot. I don't have all the hallmark like ornaments and stuff like that. I think that's just, for me, it's a little overkill with all that stuff, but yeah, it's everybody's game, so you could do whatever you want to it. But I like mods like this that are just like lit and kind of do a purpose or whatever, but just don't go overboard as well with mods. You know, that's my take on it. But again, I think my game is pretty tastefully done. It matches the Super LE theme, I think. It looks really great, and it's a beautiful game. Like, Stern did a great job with the looks of this game, which is really cool. Yeah, it's weird, like when I have the lights up, the one side on the right doesn't always light. You got to get that opto just right to get everything to kind of light up and come on and stuff like that. That opto down underneath the playfield could kind of be a pain to get like enough lighting to go in there, or not enough lighting and stuff like that. So you got to futz with it a lot to kind of get it to work at times. That's the only downfall. But again, the topper looks great. You know, it came out really good. Again, for a DIY or DIY, it came out really good. And I'm happy with it. You know, it's the closest I'm going to get. And I'm not going to pay ridiculous prices to get toppers and stuff like that. It just, the pinball hobby is starting to price me out, I think. You know, when Stern's charging $1,000 for toppers, it's just getting a little ridiculous for my taste. So I'm out. I'm not going to be doing that no more. I could be paying my mortgage off, or, you know, doing something that I need to do as a grown-up, not buy pinball machines, you know, unfortunately. So that's it. So again, thanks for watching my videos. Really appreciate it. If you have any questions or anything, please email me at info@pinballsupernova.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. My website's www.pinballsupernova.com. I have my Instagram, Facebook, you know, all my social media sites are accessible from that page. So from that blog page, so you could get anything that you want from that side. So again, thanks again for watching. Thanks for the subscriptions, really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.